Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbors should be there for one another. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
Why didn't you ring me? Let me know you were coming.
Oh, because, my love, I knew damn well if I did, you'd find some excuse to be out of town.
Oh, Mum.
Now then, where are these grandchildren of mine?
Oh, Julie, Scott, come and see who's here. You caught us on a bad day, actually, Mum. Lucy's spending the night with a friend and Helen's gone out for the evening.
Oh, what a shame. Never mind. I'll catch up with them tomorrow.
Nana! Gee, what a surprise!
Darling girlie.
I don't believe it. We were only talking about you last night.
Well, there you are. That's why I'm here. My ears were burning. Let me look at you. Oh, Jim, they've grown. They were both horrible little brats the last time I saw them.
Oh, well, that was, what, 4.5 years ago?
Closer to 5, actually.
Really? Oh, was it that long ago?
Gee, what a shame you couldn't have come earlier. Paul would have loved you to have been at his wedding.
And I would have loved to have been here too, darling, but work simply would not permit.
I think I've heard that before somewhere. Mum, I'm afraid you've caught us on the hop a bit. Julie, is there anything to eat in the house for dinner?
Yes, well, Gran left everything prepared. Oh, Terry's coming too. Poor Terry. No, she's just got married, and now Paul's flying to Singapore.
Oh, is he? Well, from what I gather, the odd separation enhances a marriage. Come along, darling. Now tell me what's been happening out the back since I was here last.
Just hate being by myself, that's all.
What's it going to be like when he goes away for 2 or 3 weeks at a time? I'm afraid you're just going to have to get used to it.
I'll just have to get someone else to come and stay with you. I should get going and let you get ready for your big date.
Oh, Shane and I are going to the movies, no big deal.
You two back on again, are you?
We're trying our level best to remain friends. This is our first try. I'll just have to see how it goes.
Hey, did Liz pass her driver's test?
Yes, and she's motored off into the wild blue yonder.
So Shane's back just like that?
Not quite. But I do think he stood between you and me being good friends for long enough.
Know something? I think you're right.
Men, who can live without them?
Yeah, they do have their uses, don't they?
That's true. Terry?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to go out with Shane tonight. What say you and I go somewhere? To a nightclub or something? I'd hate to think of you being alone.
Don't think Shane would like it very much.
Oh, he'll understand. What do you say?
Well, I'd love to, except I'm supposed to be having dinner with the Robinsons.
Well, that's okay. We'll go a bit later and skip the meal. And it doesn't have to be a late night.
Oh, I don't mind how late it is. The later the better.
Great. We'll have a chance to get to know each other properly.
Yeah, about time.
However, I must confess to there being 1 or 2 moments when I was concerned as to whether we'd get out of there alive.
Only 1 or 2.
Here she is, Nan, the late Terry Robinson. Sort of joke I got from a movie.
Terry, this is my mother, Bess Robinson. You'll have to call her Bess. She loathes titles.
Hello, Bess. Now I've met all the family.
Ah, yes, but they were saving the best to last. Congratulations, my pet, on catching yourself a Robinson. They're the salt of the earth.
Oh, that's nice. Well, if everyone doesn't mind, I think I'll go into the kitchen and get tea ready.
Sorry, Julie, did I hold things up?
Oh, no, we just prefer to eat early on weekdays.
No, what's the rush, Julie? Just let Terry catch her breath first.
Yeah, we only eat early because of Lucy.
We can wait a few more minutes, Julie.
Well, you look very nice tonight, Terry. You didn't have to go to so much trouble. Although I might say some of us should follow your example.
Well, Daphne and I are having a bit of a night out. If that's all right with everyone?
Why shouldn't it be?
Oh, do you think that's the appropriate thing to do with Paul away? I mean, you've got lots to do getting your house and everything organised.
2 attractive young ladies going out on the town together. My, don't you think you might be asking for trouble?
Take no notice of my son, Terry. He always was conservative, even as a little boy. If he had his way, I'd still be baking cookies in a wood stove.
Well, what's wrong with that?
They discovered electricity, Julie, and women turned on the light.
Sounds like a rage, Terry.
It's just a girls' night out. Do you want to come, Julie?
No, thank you, Terry. I prefer to stay home here and look after my family. Terry, gee, I wouldn't get in too thick with Daphne if I was you. You know, she really doesn't have a very good reputation. OK, well, if nobody has any objections, I think I will go and get dinner ready.
Hi.
Oh, you look very glam tonight.
Oh, thank you. You're looking pretty smart yourself. I didn't know uniforms were back in.
Oh, ha. Actually, the bad news is I'm still on duty. I have to go to the airport and pick up a couple of visiting execs, so I won't be able to pick you up till later, all right?
Oh, well, I was going to get in touch with you to see if you'd mind postponing tonight anyway. Is that all right?
Oh, I see. Had a better offer, have we?
No, nothing like that. Paul's had to go to Singapore and Terry's been moping around the house like a lost spirit all day, so I thought it might be an idea if she and I went out somewhere.
Oh, well, thanks for checking with me first.
I did try to phone you, but you're out on a job.
And it didn't occur to leave a message?
Quite frankly, I didn't think it was that important. And I didn't think not going to the movies with me tonight was going to break your heart. Shane, we're friends, remember? Nothing more.
Obviously not.
You're the one who wanted it that way, weren't you?
A plumber? My dear, how thrilling.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it thrilling.
Oh, but it is. Oh, in my day, girls simply weren't able to do jobs like that.
Well, you seem to do all right for yourself.
Well, I was luckier than most, but I had to fight people's prejudices every inch of the way.
Oh, come on, Mum. I don't remember it being all that difficult for you.
Well, of course not. Children simply are not aware of that sort of thing. And you will continue to work now that you're married.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, but you must.
Well, I think Nan Terry's in the fortunate position of not having to, as Paul can quite easily support both of them.
No, that's hardly the point, Julie.
Well, whether she keeps on working or not is really between Terry and Paul, isn't it?
I do envy you young girls, your freedom that you have nowadays.
And when did you not do precisely what you want to do?
Frequently, believe it or not. But I learnt one thing during life which has stood me in good stead.
What was that?
Smart cookies don't crumble.
You're the smartest cookie I've ever known, Brand.
Well, it's all right if you want to go through life like an Anzac biscuit. I think there's nothing wrong with doing what women do.
Hello, may I come in?
Hi, Daphne.
Evening, Daphne.
How are you, Julie?
Daphne, I'd like you to meet my mother. Bess Robinson, Daphne Lawrence.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I thought you might have been a figment of Scott's imagination. I'm pleased to meet you.
And you.
Well, I've come to drag your daughter-in-law off for a night on the town. While the cat's away, the mouse might as well play.
It's not funny, Daphne. It's very typical, but it's just not funny.
It was meant to be.
It's okay.
And what do you do, Daphne?
I think we should get going now.
Yeah, okay, well, listen, what about popping in for a cup of coffee when you get back, just so I know you get home safely?
Jim Robinson, you are the biggest worrywart I have ever known. Of course they'll get home safely.
Oh, man, am I ever ready for a night on the town.
Okay, buddy, so what do you do for amusement in this town? Reckon you can drop us off someplace?
Yeah, somewhere with a bit of class and a couple of lonely ladies, you know?
Thought you guys were here to work.
Work tomorrow, play tonight. How about it?
I think we might be able to help you out.
Great.
I was really quite glad you turned up when you did.
I sort of got that impression.
I don't know what's going on between Jim and his mother, but you could have cut the air with a knife.
Pity Julie doesn't do that with her tongue.
Don't know how you stand it. Anyway, let's us have a good time.
Here's to our being good mates. Cheers.
And what did you think of Bess?
Well, she comes across as quite a character.
You wouldn't believe some of the things she's done. I really envy her all that danger and excitement. She was telling us about this assignment that she had in South America.
And the cameraman, poor Pet, was convinced we'd never been seen or heard of again.
Well, so what happened? How did you get out?
We managed to commandeer an old barge, rotting timber held together by pieces of string, but to me it felt like the QE2.
It sounds like a very unpleasant story, Nan. I think I prefer my home comforts.
It was worth it. It was a fantastic piece of reporting.
Have you seen it?
Oh, sure.
He's been following your career for years. He has a scrapbook devoted entirely to you.
Oh, darling boy, I am flattered. I'm tickled pink.
I'm going to use it too. We have to do a profile on someone for English expression, and I decided to make you my topic. Actually, now that you're here, I'd like to do a proper interview with photos and stuff.
Scott, I don't think Nan came all this way to be interviewed by you. Come and sit down. I think she has better things to do. Besides, at her age, she wants to take it easy.
Nonsense, girl. I would be delighted.
Would you like to see my scrapbook?
Would I ever? Lead on, Macduff.
Oh, Mum, why don't you just relax tonight? Put your feet up.
My darling boy, when have you ever known me to do that?
I'm afraid that is the last we'll see of them for a couple of hours.
So I just hope Scott doesn't go wearing her out. No, it's not right doing the things that she's doing.
Pretty classy joint you brought us to here, Shane boy.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a pickup joint. But it's club night tonight. You tend to get a lot of lovely ladies coming in.
Sounds like the voice of experience talking, Chuck.
So I'll pick up about 11?
Sure thing, pal.
Oh, but if we're not here, don't send out any search parties or anything, okay?
Oh, penny for your thoughts, Dad? Although actually with inflation it'd be worth a lot more. It's a shame Nan didn't make it to the wedding, isn't it? I think she would have really enjoyed it.
Probably just as well she wasn't there, really.
Dad, what a thing to say.
Don't look so shocked.
Well, you love Nan, don't you?
I just don't know how to behave when she's around. Never have done, really. She's always lived such a madly exciting life. I've always felt, I don't know, what she said, I suppose. Stuffy, conservative.
No, Dad, you're not either of those things, right? You're just both very different, that's all.
Very. Your Nana is one of a kind.
Yeah, well, they say good comes from everything. And I dare say it led you to having a very interesting childhood. Nana being so famous and everything.
No, it was different. Not so much because of Mum's presence. She was hardly ever there more than a few weeks at a time. No, Aunt Daisy more or less brought me up.
Really does sound as though she spent more time running a home than anything else.
Oh, I was well cared for. I had more doting aunts than you could poke a stick at. It's funny. Sometimes I feel as if I'm still in my childhood, only from a different angle.
Or because we don't have a mother.
More or less. There were times when I wished she was there.
Yeah, well, I do that too sometimes. I mean, our circumstances sure are different. Dad, you know, that really does seem irresponsible. Considering Nan had no real need to be away, did she?
Well, Mum was a career woman. I didn't like it, but I respect her for it.
Well, do you resent her for not being around when you were growing up?
Now? No. Oh, maybe. Maybe that's my problem. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. That's the reason why I've always been so determined to make sure my own kids had a stable upbringing. At least through my childhood experiences, I was well prepared for what happened to us. Sometimes it feels like history repeating itself. You don't think that I went too far, do you? That I went to the other extreme, where I was too stable?
Dad, look, what a thing to say. Dad, seriously, you have given us a wonderful life.
She's right, you know, you are a lot like me. And Scott's like her. I've always known that.
I won an award for this one, you know.
I know. And here's a picture of you receiving it.
Oh, Lord. I was a few years younger then, wasn't I? Sit down and tell me why all this interest in my career.
Oh, I suppose partly because of my dad's mother, and mainly because you're one of the best reporters around.
Are you thinking of taking up journalism?
I don't know exactly what I want to do yet, but journalism's pretty high on the list. Maybe photojournalism.
Ah. Well, not that I want to influence you, but there's a film showing at the museum. History of war correspondence. Lots of marvellous footage. Why don't I take you to see it?
I don't know. Why don't you?
Well, tomorrow is the last day. Now, tell me, do you think your Dad might let you have the day off?
Well, it could be a problem. I don't have much on, but if you could talk to him.
Oh, I see. Asking me to do your dirty work already, huh? Sure you haven't got much on?
Study in the morning and sport in the afternoon.
Well, you'd have to get your books out and study tonight. Give me more leverage. Deal?
It's a deal.
Right. Now, tell me, what does Daphne do for a living?
So where the hell are all these women that are supposed to be throwing themselves at our feet?
Because no one's told them we've hit town yet.
Oh, boy. Oh, man, I think we just found ourselves a couple of playmates.
Yeah, very nice.
Now, ladies, we're not trying to feed you any bull, honest. It's just that we're strangers in town, don't know a living soul.
We're just looking for someone that can show us the sights or something.
Sure, that's right. No strings attached. If you just give yourselves a chance to get to know us, you'd find we're nice guys.
Now listen, Chuck and Dan. My friend and I came out for a quiet night and some private conversation. So why don't you show us what nice guys you really are and leave us alone,
Oh, come on, let's be friends. All we want to do is buy you a drink.
Well, we're right for drinks, thanks.
Hey, Chuck, maybe they're feminists. Would you like to buy us a drink? We believe in equality.
Sure you do. Your whole constitution's based on it.
Hey, damn right.
As I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, I think it's the most moving performance of Beethoven's Sixth that I've ever heard.
Ah, now music, that's something we know a bit about. Chuck here plays a real mean guitar.
Well, I for one, am not going to wait up for them any longer. Dad, I really don't think you should have let Terry go out with Daphne.
It's hardly my place to tell Terry what she can and can't do, Julie.
Yes, I know, Dad, but as Paul's away, I think it is. I mean, she needs someone to look after her.
Hey, you two still up? I would have thought it was way past your bedtime.
Oh, yes, we're waiting for Terry and her friend to come in for a coffee.
Oh, they're probably talking and forgot all about it.
Probably. Although it's not really like either of them to do that.
Well, they're well able to handle themselves, what with Terry being a plumber, and Scott tells me that Daphne is a strippogram.
Yes, that just about sums her up. No, Dad. Bye-bye, Nana.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, darling. She's a real Robinson, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to be here, Jim. But you haven't asked me how long I intend staying yet.
You're welcome to stay as long as you want, you know that.
Fibber. But I'll be out of your hair in a day or two. I didn't come to town just to see you, you know.
No. No, of course not. Silly of me to presume so.
Why must you always take me so seriously?
I suppose it's because I haven't got a sense of humour.
You've done a very good job with that younger son of yours.
Yes, you two seem to hit it off all right.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to take him out tomorrow. There's a marvellous film showing at the museum which would be invaluable to him in his English expression project.
It's a school day tomorrow, Mum.
Yes, I know that, but a great strapping lad like that can miss one game of football. And he has free study in the morning.
Yeah, well, he needs all the study he can get.
Yes, well, he said that he would make the time up.
Oh, Mum, don't do this to me.
Oh, come on, Jim, be a sport. Look, that lad has paid me an enormous compliment, and I would love to do something for him in return.
All right, okay. Who am I to argue with your logic? Where are those girls? They should be here by now.
Looks to me these two lovely ladies are finally ready to show us the lights. I knew you'd come around sooner or later.
Do you mind?
Hey, guys. I think you picked the wrong couple of ladies here.
Don't tell me these two are friends of yours. They've been hassling the living daylights out of us all night.
Only because you've been coming on to us all night, ladies.
Sure we have.
You put them up to this, didn't you?
Give it a rest, Daphne. Listen, guys, I think
How about you mind your own goddamn business?
this is my business. These ladies are friends of mine.
I think the chauffeur's been having a little joke at our expense.
I think you could be right.
Is that a fact, boy?
Hey, the creep's not worth it. Let's get out of this dive.
I'd be watching out for my job if I were you, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Damien Perry was a great filmmaker, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for taking me, Nana.
Oh, how many times must I tell you? Please call me Bess. I loathe formalities.
All right, all right.
Oh dear, that's better. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Are you okay? Can I get you something?
Yes, a nice revitalizing cup of tea might be in order.
Coming right up, Nana. Bess.
It's got to be Shane. I've got my fingers crossed there. So have I. We've been so worried about you.
Yeah, well, I still am.
Well, what happened? Did your boss hit the roof?
He's as mad as hell, as our American friends would say.
Well, you told him what happened, though. I mean, you told him our side of the story. Well, surely he must have understood what happened wasn't your fault.
Shane, did you get the sack or not?
Well, not exactly, no. He had a few pretty harsh words to say, though. Yeah, and they're all about good old Chuck and Dan. Said he was thinking about putting him on the next plane and sending him straight back home.
You rat! I've been worrying about you all afternoon.
Well, so you should have. He said these guys were brought out here to work and not to give their other employees a hard time. Then he complimented me on the competent handling of what could have been a very tricky situation.
Oh, what an actor. I was about to offer you a loan.
Well, it's not too late. I'm a bit skint at the moment.
Oh, good one, Shane. It's lucky your boss is a reasonable man.
Well, there's a few of us around, believe it or not. You know what beats me is why you two just didn't get up and walk out when these guys started hassling you.
Because they probably would have followed us, that's why.
Anyway, we were having a night out. I was damned if I was going to let those two idiots drive us away.
You could have just told them that you were married.
Why? It's none of their business. And can you not tell Paul? I'd rather it came from me.
I think their first row's about to come up. Actually, and could you two do me a favour?
Oh, well, I suppose we owe you one.
Next time you're having a girls' night out, take me with you. Save yourselves a lot of problems that way.
Hey, Nana, what I want to know is how come they didn't use any of your stuff in that documentary? When I wake up, I made her some tea. Bess, are you okay?